He struck him out! Twins win! Twins win! The Minnesota Twins are moving on!
Welcome everybody to the Ball Players Guide, your guide for everything ball, the guide for all the ball players. We'll
Yeah.
workshop it. Logan's still figuring it out. Today we're going to be doing our free agency preview and kind of like our predictions on where we think players are going to go. Joe's got a big document for us, and he's going to give us a bunch of free agents, and then I guess we're just going to kind of make our guesses. Should we put this up on a spreadsheet at some point, like kind of follow up and then see how, like, do like a point system, kind of like how they do when talking baseball, and see who wins, and then the winner gets, I don't know, Venmo you a buck.
Yeah.
I'll
That'll work.
Yeah, I'll Venmo myself $1 when I win eventually.
Right.
All right, Joey, who is your number one free agent of the offseason? And why is it Miguel Castro?
Oof. Not on my list. I can tell you that. Good pull, but not on my list.
And what are we doing here, Joe?
Let's see. Do we want to go number one or because my favorite free agent is Luis Arraez. I don't know if people want to hear us talk about him first.
Yeah, I think people want us to hear. They want to hear 40 minutes of us talking about Luis Arraez.
I would. Connor Welsh once bet me that he would never win a batting title, and he claims he doesn't remember it all of a sudden after he's won 3.
Oh, weird.
So, shout out Connor, you owe me money. So yeah, we'll start with Louis. For the people, I think the best fit for him is the Rockies for 2 years. He'll go win 2 more batting titles in that gigantic outfield. Because realistically, who else is gonna take a lefty that hits singles besides a team that needs a little something?
Not only
I
that,
have him going to the Nationals. I think the Nationals are rebuilding. I don't know, like a veteran leadoff guy to kind of go with their core. It's not going to be worth a lot of money. I have him go kind of like the Rockies. Like, I guess, the Rockies never have a direction. They're terrible.
Yeah. New front office though.
Isn't Thad Levine? Isn't he
was
higher up there?
I know he was in talks to be. I don't know if he actually got the
I
job.
don't think he did get the job, actually.
Yeah, I think he was a finalist for it, but I don't know for sure if he got it. We can fact check that while I'm editing, and I'll put it on the screen for everybody at home because this is what they came for. Luis Arraez and Thad Levine talk.
I mean, like, if you look at Luis Arraez's, like, baseball savant, like, he is elite at expected batting average, squaring the ball up. I mean, he's 100% squared up percentage, 100% whiff percentage, 100% K percentage. He's in the 4th percentile in fielding. Like,
Yeah.
-9 outs above average. He can't throw. He can't run. He's 25% sprint speed. Like, he's elite at doing one thing.
Yep.
Hitting singles. Like, who needs that? I don't know.
But with gaps like Coors has, those singles will turn into doubles. And higher elevation, he's a guy that hits 8 homers. Maybe we see 12.
He hit 8 this year.
Yeah.
For the Padres.
He's had an okay, like a guy like that hits over 300 consistently. You don't see, like, at least back when people were hitting that well, a guy with his skill set, you didn't see guys like him hitting 8 homers. So he's kind of found a balance with power in there as well.
Yeah, that big of an outfield, and just in Coors, like, yeah, he would do really well there.
Mm-hmm.
You could have so many dumb base hits fall too.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm trying to look at all the teams right now, trying to figure out where he fits, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's
in the Athletics, but he doesn't. He's not going to play first over Kurtz. So
I don't know.
Like, they don't need him.
He can't DH because they have Rooker.
So. Yeah, so like,
would the Padres re-sign him?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
I think the Padres are going in a very unfortunate direction here in the next few years, which sucks because they're a lot of fun to watch. But just everything that's gone on and everyone they're losing, I just don't see, and how good the Dodgers are and the Giants are getting better. Diamondbacks are still there. I just don't know if the Padres are really in the mix a few years down the road.
My official Luis Arraez prediction is he goes back to the Miami Marlins.
Yeah,
That's my prediction.
That was my second place team.
Stamp it, Venmo me $1. That's my prediction.
Or the Twins. Twins have an opening at first.
No, thank you.
I would love to see. I would pay his salary to see him come back. I'd find a way to get $12 million.
So are you both saying Rockies for Louis?
I went Nationals.
Nationals, that's right. Nationals. All right.
Well,
I'm up 1-0. What's next?
We're gonna go into a kind of a B tier-ish. The first guy I think could fit in A, Michael King. I think he's very solid, and I think he's gonna get paid pretty well. And I have him to the Astros for 5 years.
I don't know if he's going to get that big of a deal, that long of a deal, because he kind of had a down year last year. So I can see teams giving like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
I was in between you guys. I was saying probably 4 years. I am to the Giants. I think that the Giants are in a really weird spot where they think they're kind of good, so they're going to continue to spend a little bit. I mean, they just hired that. I mean, this is a whole nother conversation, but they just got that new manager from college baseball, or from Tennessee. And I'd be really interested to hear. You probably don't have time, but to hear your thoughts on that, Ryan, and how that would translate. Mm-hmm. But I think the Giants are kind of in that. I think they're going to spend a little bit this offseason, and I think a guy like King kind of fits that mold a little bit.
Well, you're both wrong because I found the perfect fit, and it's the Detroit Tigers. Because if you put him in that rotation behind Skubal, Flaherty, Casey Mize, if he's your 4, like in there, maybe even slide him up to a 3, like once he gets back to form, that's gross.
If they keep Skubal, that's the big if.
They're gonna have to. Like, you can't like throw him away, and like the time is now. Like Green, Parker Meadows, Kerry Carpenter, like you gotta go. If the
only thing holding me back from sending a starter to the Tigers is the fact that Jack Flaherty is making $20+ million this year to come back, and they just got Glaber back on the qualifying offer for another 20-some. So
I think how much are they getting? What's their what the frick is the payroll? Thank you for help. You guys were nuts. What's their payroll right now?
It's probably not too crazy. They have a lot of younger guys, but
I mean,
I wonder if they. I think I agree, Joe. I wonder if they thought that Glaber was going to take the qualifying offer.
Yeah, I didn't have him taking. I didn't have any of these guys that taking it at all.
I thought Shodom was probably the most likely to out of the group of players that got offered it.
Yeah.
Javi Baez was making $24 million a year. I mean, yeah, they got Baez for 24, Flaherty for 20, Glaber for 22. Like, their expected payroll is estimated to be around 142 mil. So yeah, I don't know if they go much above that.
Yeah,
they can add a couple. I think they can add a couple more. This has got to be the time they want to spend, right? At least a little bit.
You'd think so, but with how baseball is, it seems to be going the opposite way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
especially
with their like collapse-ish at the end there, and Cleveland taking over, I think that changed their mindset a bit. Also,
I'm changing my official prediction. Baltimore Orioles.
Okay.
Because the new manager, they got to go with their young core. They need pitching desperately. Baltimore Orioles, Michael King. Stamp it.
Next up is Devin Williams. Really bad last year. So I don't I could see him getting a multi-year deal, but I can also see teams being very hesitant to give him that multi-year deal after last year. But the same team needs bullpen help. Devin Williams to the Cubs.
You
Or
actually
two-
that was actually my prediction as well. I just think like he'll go back with Counsell. There's a little bit of familiarity there. I think that one does actually make a lot of sense. I think the Cubs are gonna they're not gonna spend a bunch on a bullpen, but they're gonna take a chance on a back end guy like that. So I agree with that.
Cubs. It makes the most sense. Like, this is the most Cubs move that I've ever heard in my life. Like, Devin Williams, congratulations. You are a Chicago Cub.
Nice and quick and easy one. Glad we can all agree on something. That's crazy.
Look at us. Hey.
The next two were Woodruff and Grisham, both of which I had going to the Cubs originally.
Can we talk about Grisham for a second? Is he worth $22 million a year for like what he did? Like, if you look at his stats,
He hit homers.
what were the Yankees doing? Were they just trying to like hope that he?
Ryan, do you remember his year last year?
Yeah,
He
it
hit
wasn't.
like 35.
34 homers,
What was his bad?
125 OPS plus, like solid year. Like he's not going to replicate that, but
like, does he give you like what else does he do for you though? Like, I don't understand. Like, he is not a power guy for like consistently throughout his career. Like, can you really like count on him doing 30 again? Like, he had in his career 6, 10, 15, 17, 13, 9, 34. Like, is he going to be doing that again? Like, he's a 235 average, 340 on base. Like, if the power goes away, what does he do? You know what I mean? Like, if he slides back down to even 20 home runs,
It's like a win-lose. I mean, high side you get that same year. Low side you're paying 20 mil for a defensive replacement late in the game. So it's a big time gamble for sure. But I think he's all right with the glove. And as
he
of
has
right
two
now,
Gold Gloves.
yeah, as of now, he's their center fielder every day. So
This is the wildest baseball savant page. He is red all over the board, but then his base running value is eighth percentile in the MLB. His fielding run value is 29% in the MLB. Like, he has below average range, below average arm. Like, his sprint speed is below average. Like, but like everything else is like red. Like, according to Baseball Savant, he can hit and it's real, but like he can't field anymore according to Baseball Savant. So I don't know.
don't think you want him out in center every day for sure.
No, he'd be a great left fielder.
Yeah. The Yankees are in a tough spot, I think. Raj might get mad at me for saying it. We had a little discussion in the TikTok DMs about this the other day. But he didn't think that it made sense that they gave him the qualifying offer in hopes that they would get that comp pick when he said no.
Yeah.
So,
and I think a part of it is the lockout coming too. Players are like, give me my money now. Like, so I don't have to worry about it next year. But hey, if he works out, great. If they don't, Clint Frazier is just waiting in the minor leagues. It's what I've heard for the last 20 years. So they got the Martian coming up, whatever. All right. I'm done with
Ryan Cashman's an idiot if this ruins his offseason plans. Yeah. We offered him the qualifying offer, and we were so surprised that he took it. And now we can't go get a Bellinger or a Kyle Tucker, and that's over. You know, so I don't know. But.
And I'm done with the Yankees. Get him out of here. What's next?
Yeah. Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio!
Almost 50 bombs, Eugenio Suarez. I have a sleeper team for him that's looking to add payroll. I have him going to Miami. Play with the Marlins. Probably as their DH or first base. First base was a big hole for them last year. They have They have a young guy that they just got. I think it's Connor Norby
At
from
third,
the
yeah.
Orioles.
Yep.
And he was pretty solid last year. And I think they'll probably run with him at third for now. And I think Suarez kind of pushes them a little closer to contention. They were about 500 or just below or just above, something like that last year. So I think if they keep their pitching how it is, keep Sandy, everything, and they go sign some of these B tier guys, like even just two of them, I think that pushes their wild card chances up quite a bit. It's not a great place to hit, I believe, but still, even if that 50 homers goes to 35, you're still getting what you paid for. So I have him to the Marlins for 3.
Plus, he's
I
a
have
great
him-
like locker room guy too for all those
Yep.
young dudes coming up. So that's I like that.
I've got him going to the Tigers. I feel like the Tigers are going to spend on one big bat, whether it's him, whether it's a Bregman, whether it's a Bichette. I think they're going to try to get one of those three. I think who did the Tigers third base? Probably McKinstry most of the year.
Yep.
Last year because Torkelson would have been at first. So yeah, I think
Okay.
somebody like him fits well there. I would say 2-3 years probably.
Right now, Cole Keith is listed as their third baseman.
Eugenio's older, so I don't see him getting more than 3 anywhere.
I think he's going to be a Met. I think with their collapse, like Cohen's not going to let that slide, and like Brett Beatty's listed as their starting third baseman right now, and like who is he? Like who are you, Brett Beatty? Like, are you a stud or do you suck? Like, I don't think that'll fly right now for the Mets. So I think you go get Eugenio. He's going to blast you 40 home runs hitting behind Lindor and now Marcus Semien with the new trade.
That made no sense for the Mets, in my opinion.
That's such a weird trade.
Here's a weird one.
This is breaking news.
You didn't know about this?
No, I haven't been on Twitter or anything all day.
It just happened earlier today. Semien for Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah. Basically one for like I think they just swap one for one, and I think they just assume the contracts of each.
I love that for Marcus Semien so much. I love him so much.
And now like they have Jeff McNeil slotted at left field for them in the Mets right now, which I don't love that.
I think Semien's owed 3 years.
Yeah, so I mean, like they're gonna flip Jeff McNeil now for someone. They have Tyrone Taylor as their starting center fielder, so they're gonna go get someone there. But I think Eugenio at third base just makes so much sense for the Mets right now. They need pitching, but I think they're just gonna try to hit their way out of it.
That's actually crazy. Yeah, you guys just broke that for me. I haven't been on Twitter or anything all day, so
You're welcome.
I love that so much for Semien. Not for the Rangers. Really shocking on that side, but
yeah.
I think I'm the opposite. I think Semien wasn't that good last year.
No, he wasn't, but the Rangers also weren't, and that's kind of a tough.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Semien's owed 3 years, and I think Conforto still has 5 years left. Or not Conforto. I think Nimmo has 5 years on that deal still.
Oh, wow.
I don't like that for Nimmo because that's a homegrown guy that got his big boy contract from his team.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to sting quite a bit, but
he's the longest tenured Met.
Yeah.
I think.
Cohen's got to win now.
Yeah.
The Mets have Ji Hwan Bae. Let's go. That rocks. Sorry. Anyway, next free agent.
Robert Suarez. He's been really good for the Padres, but like I said earlier, I don't know what really their direction is payroll-wise moving forward, so I don't see him going back, and I think the only place that makes sense is the Dodgers for him. I think he'll just jump ship and go right over there for 3 years, probably most of it deferred, of course, but he's older too, so he's not going to make a ton but he's been really good, and I think that the Dodgers just make sense for him.
I actually had the same. I think going into the offseason, like the Dodgers are going to focus on two things: their bullpen sucks, and they got to retool their outfield a little bit too. I mean, if you look at that, like they won the World Series, and they could rely on basically no relievers because they didn't even trust Sasaki in Game 7. Their starters basically carried them through it. So imagine that team, they get a couple bullpen guys back there, and they'll spend a little bit. So yeah, I have the Dodgers getting at least a couple relievers in this free agent cycle, and they're going to kind of retool back there, and they'll probably be better again. They'll probably win 110 games or whatever it is.
Nope. Sorry, I hate to tell you, but you're wrong. He is going to be a Philadelphia Philly because the Phillies got to retool their bullpen. I mean, they're always just like a little bit away. Like, is Matt Strom going to be him? Jose Alvarado? Like, they got Duran in the back end of the bullpen now. Like, that could be a real strength if everyone's like good. Like, and then you look at their rotation, what they could be with Christopher Sanchez, Zardo, Nola, Taiwan Walker. Like, as your floating 4-5, like they could be nasty. So like, I think Suarez as a Philly just makes so much sense. Plus, I already confused him with Ranger Suarez, so that would just make my life so much easier that they're just like the same player to me.
I just don't know Phillies wise because they're gonna have to cash out to get Schwarber back,
I'm
and
not gonna, buddy.
I think they have to him and Realmuto. I think they have to push for those two first.
All right, well, Kyle Schwarber, where's he gonna go then, Joey? If you think
Okay, guess we're jumping to the A tier free agents. Sure,
I mean, how many more do you have left in B?
2 or 3.
All right, well, let's speed run these two.
Okay.
And let's get to the juicy stuff.
Yeah, these 3 aren't big names, but Chris Bassitt, I have him going back to the Blue Jays. Finish up that rotation, kick him to the bullpen again if you have to. He's like 37, I think it said, which is crazy. I could not believe that. So
I have Chris Bassitt going to the Yankees. I think he kind of fits that mold for them. I don't know. I don't even know what kind of deal he gets because he's kind of old at this point. But
Do you know what team Chris Bassitt debuted for?
White Sox.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had no idea. I think he's going to be a Blue Jay again. I think that just makes a lot of sense. He's old. He likes it there. He's been there for 3 years now. So he's going to be a Blue Jay. All right.
Merrill Kelly, Diamondbacks for a year. Also old. I think I heard on Talking Baseball that he didn't sell his house when he got traded, and they were just like, hey, just keep that in mind, just so you know. I'm not selling my house, so just sign me back, pretty much.
That's funny.
So yeah, Diamondbacks 1 year.
I've got the Astros for Merrill Kelly. I think you had somebody going to Astros earlier. I don't remember what starter that was, but I do think they go out. They're not. I can basically guarantee they're not getting Framber back, considering all the stuff that's kind of gone on there. So they're going to get a starter at some point, I think. So I got Merrill Kelly going to the Stros.
Merrill Kelly is such an angel. Like just an older dude who's soft throwing, just throw it in there, see what we can get. Merrill Kelly Angels 1 year. It's close to Arizona.
All right. And then last guy in this little tier is Brad Keller. I have him back to the Cubs for a year.
I have that as well. He had, like, if you look at it, the year he had last year and just kind of how important he was to that bullpen, and kind of ended up taking basically kind of the closer by the end of the year. I mean, he, depending on what the situation was, he'd take the most important inning, whether it was the 8th or 9th. But yeah, I think it went so well for him just kind of go back to where he was comfortable and where he's good. So I had Keller to the Cubs as well.
Yeah, I think I do too. And when Palencia got hurt, like he stepped into that closer role perfectly. And now that they just signed Maton and they got Porter Hodge in there who can do a little bit of damage, Wicks, like what's he going to do? Like they just need depth. So I think he just goes back there and he's just going to be another flamethrower out of the back of the bullpen.
Alrighty. Now we're gonna move to our A tier, I guess. You could call it the bigger names. Edwin Diaz. Reliever of the year, Edwin Diaz. I have him going back to the Mets because if you're Steve Cohen, you've had this guy since 2019, I think. I think it's just bound to happen. Just have to hand him the contract, and I think 5 years for him back with the Mets.
Yeah, that's what I had as well. As much as that's kind of the easy pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't think Steve Cohen's not going to let go of him. I don't think.
I don't want
Be interested
him
to
to
see
go
what kind of
back to the
contract he gets and how
Mets.
much money. But
Yeah,
I don't want him to be a Met because that's boring.
I know,
But where else is he gonna go? Like
Dodgers. It's pretty much Dodgers Mets. That's
shut your mouth. Ugh.
Yankees.
the Tigers, Blue Jays, maybe one of
Blue
those
Jays,
two.
I could see.
Jeez. I was like, maybe he goes back to the Mariners, but like they already have Munoz back there, so like they don't need a closer, and he wouldn't want to move out of the closer role. So give me the Dodgers and just move on with it. I hate myself for that.
Alrighty, Ranger Suarez. This is an interesting one for me because he's been solid. I'd like to put him back on the Phillies, but I just don't think that's going to happen. So I put him on the Rangers, joining DeGrom and Eovaldi. Ranger to the Rangers.
Any correlation there? Any reason why that came up in your head?
No.
I have him similar to whoever the fricka was earlier. I can't even remember anymore. He's going to be an Oriole. I think they're going to load up on starting pitching, and I think if they go to him and they're like, "Hey, like you're a new ace, like you're our guy, our number one dude," like I think he takes that in a heartbeat. And I think if they get him, and was it Michael King that I said earlier? Yeah. I think like those two kind of catapult them into real competition in the top of the AL East if everyone else bounces back. So I think that makes a lot of sense.
I've got Ranger to the Blue Jays. I think they're going to spend money this off. I mean, right off the World Series, they're going to spend money. It just kind of depends on what they do. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about Bichette in a little bit here, but I don't like they're going to spend money. I don't know who it's going to be on, but I have them going after at least one starter, so I've got him to the Blue Jays.
That makes a lot of sense.
These rotations are going to be like whoever gets him, their rotation is going to be crazy.
Gross. Yeah.
Because like the Rangers, it'd be DeGrom, Eovaldi, Ranger, Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker, probably.
Have fun.
And then Jays, you got Gosman, Yasavage, Ranger, Shane Bieber,
Jose comes back. Don't forget about Bowden Francis in the back of that.
Yeah. Position. Eric Lauer, the lefty.
Soft throwing lefty. Blue Jays are good, man.
Yeah. Let's go to Framber. My prediction is kind of off now that I found out that Marcus Semien is now on this team. But I had him going to the Mets for 5 years. Just because I just don't think they'll bat an eye at the whole catcher cross-up thing that happened earlier this year. It's just
it's my cat. Autumn's coming in to make a guest prediction. Autumn? No, I think you're right with the Mets. I think they are going to like look over that. Just like talent can beat anything. I could see him going to the Brewers. And then I don't think Pat Murphy's going to deal with his shit. And he's going to like lay down the law right away. So I think Brewers for Framber is going to be my official guess.
Yeah, I struggled with this one. I wasn't because I knew I was like pretty confident. Like I'm pretty confident he's not going back to the Astros. Kind of like I said earlier, just considering everything that happened. So I think I had Michael King to the Giants already, but I think they're going to sign one of the two. So I'm going back to the Giants here with Framber.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because again, I think like they're in a weird spot where they think they're good, and I think they're good. They're going to spend a little bit of money.
What the hell is this guy?
I think the Astros bridge has been burned. I don't see him because I see them signing one of the bigger pitchers, and if they don't, maybe they trade for like Sonny Gray or Pablo, something like that instead. But
sorry, I'm just looking at the Giants depth chart, and they have a picture named Kai Wei Tang. You know who this dude is?
Nope.
Taiwan. He's 6'4", 241 pounds, 26 years old. He threw 29 innings last year with a 6.37 ERA, and he's slotted in as their 4 in their rotation right now in the majors. So they need help.
Pete Alonso, and just based off of my predictions for the Twins, he's not going to the Twins, but it builds off of what I said in that episode with Bregman leaving and me sending Joe Ryan and Royce to Boston. I think Pete playing first for the Red Sox is an exciting thing to think about with that monster out there. So yeah, I have him Red Sox for 7 years.
Whew.
7 years. That's probably 5 to 7 would be his range. 5 for 150, probably. I guess with 7 years, maybe bump that up a little bit. I like the Red Sox for him. If the Red Sox don't get Bregman back, then they're gonna sign somebody like that, I think. But I kind of another chalk answer. I have Alonso going back to the Mets. I think they're gonna need. I mean, Cohen's gonna spend because he missed the playoffs, and that's what they're gonna do. But I think he's back.
I'm trying to find any other option for Pete than those two teams, and I don't think there really is one because he's not going to go to the Astros. They're going to roll out Christian Walker. Mariners just re-signed Naylor. Giants have Devers. Phillies have Harper. So it's Mets, Padres maybe over Gavin Sheets, but they're already so righty heavy with Machado and Xander and Tatis, right? He's a righty. So what are they? He's a Met. He's going to go back to the Mets. He's going to had a career year. He's going to renegotiate. He's going to get 6 years, $1 billion. And he's going to win the home run derby 4 more times. He's a Met.
Nationals were a sleeper team for him last year. Him and Bregman both. I think they were in on both of them. And I just don't see their competitive window anytime soon. As much as I would like to say it's time for them to be competitive again, I just don't think it's going to happen. But
for any big name to go to the Nationals, they have to be able to pitch. They have Mackenzie Gore and friends, and Mackenzie Gore had a good year at the beginning, and then he just kind of came back to where everyone thought Mackenzie Gore was, and then it's Cade Cavalli is there 3 right now behind Josiah Gray, who was hurt all last year. I think he had Tommy John, right? Or something. He had a season. He only made 2 starts last year, and then some Joe Schmo named Brad Lord and Jake Irvin are rounding out the rotation. Who are you? I'm not gonna play for you if I'm Pete Alonso.
no.
I don't think it's the Nationals. He's a Met. Twins? No, he's a Met.
I would have said Twins 2 years ago, last year. But
I would have cried. Tears of joy. But
yeah. He would have been gone already anyway. He traded at the deadline, so it doesn't matter.
For an 18-year-old reliever.
Yeah, that might reach AA. Maybe. Hard maybe. All right, enough Twins talk. You
Get
when
me
can
out
we
of
talk
here.
about them on a free agent
Why haven't we said it?
podcast?
Why hasn't anybody predicted anybody the Twins yet?
Just wait. I'm waiting for
yeah.
the S tiers.
Oh, okay.
We're spending big.
Waiting for Kyle Tucker. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Kyle Schwarber.
He's next. So
Kyle Schwarber, congratulations. You are a Chicago Cub. I think he slots into that DH role perfectly. Do we ever figure out how many years Seiya has left on his deal?
So do you think Moises Ballesteros is part of a deal? Like he gets traded out as part of a package for like a Joe Ryan or a Mackenzie Gore?
Yeah, I don't think Moises is I mean, he's their next Kyle Schwarber, but like, why risk like him not turning out when you already have Kyle Schwarber like over here? Like, you either get Moises Ballesteros, maybe turns into a Kyle Schwarber type, or current Kyle Schwarber, who you like, who you know, who you like, who is going to be like who he is. And what does Seiya have 1 year left? Joey?
Yep. He's a free agent after this year.
Yeah. It is 1 year left.
So I mean, like,
so him and Ian are both done.
I think they're probably not going to sign back. If you sign Schwarber, like, Seiya's going to be gone. Like, because you can't have two DHs. So you stomach 1 year Seiya and Wright, who's fine. He's average, like a little bit below average. But like, you have Ian in left and PCA in center. Like, they'll make up for it. You got nasty infield defense. You can have one weakness and like defensively on your team. So like, you put Seiya in right, you put Schwarber DH, and then after 1 year, like, Seiya walks, so you get another right, whatever. But I just think a reunion makes a lot of sense for the Cubs. They need it. They need some thump. They don't have any thump right now. They have Bush and then Seiya. That's it.
Dansby hit 20-some homers.
Yeah, but like, can you count on that again? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then like Shaw, what are you? PCA, are you going to give me 30 again? Probably not. Like, he's probably a 20 homer guy. Like, so yeah, I think put Ballesteros in a package somewhere for a pitcher. Owen Casey will slide into right field after this year, and then Schwarber's going to hit 75 home runs.
I like Schwarber back, not back to the Phillies, but back to the Red Sox. I think he played really well in that half season when he got traded there, and I think they were in on Schwarber that offseason, but they didn't quite get him. And I know it was kind of a weird deal when he had to play the first base in that playoffs, and that kind of was a disaster. But I know he hit really well for him, and he'll DH. So I have him back to the Red Sox, actually. And I think that's a good fit for them because, like I said earlier, I think they're going to be in the market for a bat like that, whether it's bringing back Bregman, Eugenio, or somebody like that.
So then follow up with that. So right now I'm looking at ESPN step chart with take that with what you will. But they have Roman Anthony listed at DH, Cedane Rafaela in center, Duran in left, Willi Abreu in right. Masataka's not in the lineup anywhere. He's their backup DH. Like, where, like, what do you do? Do you move Duran? But we said in the Twins episode, like, the Red Sox love him. Do they move Rafaela? Like,
they'll move Willier or Duran this year, I think. It's one of those two because that's their depth, the lefty hitting outfielders. So bringing in a guy like Schwarber is a risk because nobody's going to want to take Yoshida's deal is the problem.
Yeah.
So he can't really play left either, and you don't want to stick him in right. But I still had Schwarber going back to the Phillies because their window is still open, but in order for it to stay open, they need to bring him back, I think.
I mean, and then like you look at their depth, like they've got like Christian Campbell is slotted in to be like center field, shortstop, DH. Jonking Sing, the password is like on their depth chart. Like he was up this year. Like they're gonna play him. Like there's just a lot of like outfield and DH depth for them right now. Like what do you do? Who do you move? It's probably gonna be Duran. But God, the Red Sox are good.
Yeah.
Fuck. That sucks.
So I missed this guy in our B tier-ish because I don't think he's a lower tier guy, but I'm going to pair him here. Realmuto. I have him back to the Phillies as well because they, like, in order for them to be back to the level they were last year, they've already said they're going to trade Castellanos, get that contract or most of it out. So I think their two big moves will have to be Schwarber and Realmuto because that'll take probably about 60 million combined ish, close to that between the both of them. So, but you want those two guys now when you're going for everything while they're still good, because it's not going to do any good if you sign them to 6-year deals and in 6 years you're just paying a bunch of old guys. So
No, I 100% agree with you. I think that was one of the easiest ones. I think Realmuto's back, and it'll be interesting in the offseason for the Phillies to see if they can just kind of run it back with the same guys or if they kind of mix it. Like either way, they're spending, but I think it's going to be how they spend it. If they mix it up a little bit and go after some of the other big free agent bats, or if they kind of run it back with Schwarber and Realmuto. And I mean, you got to think about it. Even this year, like you get to Game 4 and you should have won that game, and you would have went back to Game 5 against the Dodgers, who ended up winning it. So like you're close. So I mean, I could see the rationalization of just kind of running it back with that squad, but it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, he's a Philly. Do you know how much money Zach Wheeler's making?
A lot. 45-ish.
42.
Yeah.
Trey Turner is making $27 million per year through 2032 at least. 2033 is his last year.
I think Zach Wheeler is the highest paid pitcher ever, AAV wise. Cody Bellinger. I have him joining the runner-up Blue Jays and playing probably right field. It's tough with Santander's big deal that he just signed. They still have Springer, and Varsho plays a really good center field. So I think they will upgrade something like that, but it'll be tough to maneuver around the big deals they already have in place, but they'll have it open if they don't bring Bo back. So
I have Bellinger going to the Phillies, and so I didn't have Schwarber going back to the Phillies. I had him going to the Red Sox, so I think this is kind of where they fill in. Like you said, like Castellanos probably isn't going to be on there, won't be on the team probably next year, and then so I think they kind of fill their outfield that way, and then bringing in him and Realmuto, and you can kind of run back a similar squad, I guess.
What was Santander's deal for?
5 for 90, I think, something along that.
Goodness, 5 for 92. Yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh,
he was terrible last year.
He was so bad.
With a negative, like he didn't play that many games. It was like a negative.
No, yeah. Thankfully, his deal for them is front loaded. So it's 21 for the next 2 years, and then it goes 14 and then 12 for the Blue Jays. But I mean, like if he's out there, you have to play him. Like you can't pay someone $21 million to be a fourth outfielder. Plus, if you look at their team, like they've got Nathan Lucas, Addison Barger, like these dudes, they're gonna play. Like Davis Schneider, they like him. Like they got these dudes that they're gonna have to play.
Because Santander, like, they're paying him all that money, but even in that World Series run, like I think he was healthy at the end, and he wasn't even on the roster.
Like, they didn't play him at all.
He was.
I mean, I could see them trading Santander maybe to someone, like trying to get like just eating like half his salary maybe. And
I think you'd have to take the whole salary, like almost the whole salary, if you want to get rid of him. He was like in 54 games, he had a -1 WAR.
That's impressively shit.
Only 6 homers, 565 OPS. He doesn't play good defense either, I don't think.
No.
He's a DH
Yeah.
all the way through. And they have Springer, and Springer isn't really fit for the outfield really anymore.
Not
So
anymore.
I could see them eating a lot of his salary, sending him to the Guardians as like a DH, and then signing Belly.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But I mean, Belly makes a lot of sense there. I just really don't want him to go there because I want him to be a Twin. I don't freaking know, dude. Just send him back to the Yankees. But you can't because of Grisham.
Yep. And I saw a TikTok today of their current roster. And Dominguez is a switch hitter in left. Grisham's a lefty. Judge is a righty. McMahon's a lefty. Volpe's righty. Jazz is a lefty. Ben Rice is a lefty. Austin Wells is a lefty.
Gross.
So they have too many lefties to be playing, sending that lineup out there every day.
I don't think this is going to happen, but it's just something crazy and a little bit sexy. Send Cody Bellinger to the Cincinnati Reds. Put him in that outfield, like DH role. Like, I mean, who would you rather have, Noel V. Marte in right or Cody Bellinger? TJ Friedel in center or Cody Bellinger? Like, Spencer Steer at first or Cody Bellinger? Like,
Yeah.
And then you can slide any of those dudes to the DH because the DH is Gavin Lux, who is fine, but like he's a league average hitter. Like he's not going to give you anything crazy. Like he's a good bench guy. Like give me Belly to the Reds.
I like
and that's another big thing with Bellinger is the fact that he can play first base too.
Yeah.
Basically play anywhere in the outfield and he can play first base. So
I just
gives you a little bit more flexibility.
Can you guys do me a favor? And if you're watching or listening at home, stop what you're doing immediately and go to the ESPN profile page for Sal Stewart, third baseman for the Cincinnati Reds, and just look at this Mario brother.
Is that the big fella?
He's 6'1", 224. He's 21 years old, but he looks like he's something straight out of Super Mario Bros. This dude is awesome. I love him. And he banged the ball around the park last year. He had an 830 OPS in 18 games. So, like, he hit. Yeah, give me Belly to the Reds. I like that a lot.
I just don't think the Reds are spending that much money right now.
They should, but I agree. I don't think they will. They're talking about trading Hunter Green.
That'd be
after they
the
playoffs.
I saw that rumor too.
Do you know who is the most expensive person on the Cincinnati Reds right now, contract-wise, including estimated arbitration?
Does Joey Votto still have deferrals? Is he still on there?
Not according to the list that I see here.
It might be Gavin Lux. He's been around a while.
I feel like their starters are young.
Oh, is it Brady Singer?
It's Brady Singer. He's estimated to make $12 million after ARB, if you don't count Jamer Candelario's $13 million. He has a club option for 2027. They could exercise that.
They should.
That's crazy. Yeah, Belly to the Reds because, I mean, their projected payroll is $98 million. Got to put the money somewhere.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Next up, we got Bo. And it kind of contradicts what I said earlier about this team maybe not spending on a starter, but I think they will cash out to get him. And I think he goes to the Tigers. Whether that's shortstop or second base, that's up in the air right now. But I think the Tigers will go big for somebody. I just don't think it'll be starting pitching. I think they upgrade because their hitting was not great. They need an upgrade there. And I think Bo fits really well there.
I have Bichette back to the Jays. I think it makes too much sense. And I mean, just thinking back, like he came back just for the World Series and the performance he gave there, I think that almost solidified it for him. I think he's not going to play shortstop. And I think they're fine paying him at second base. I mean, just to hit. And I mean, if you look at him, I mean, over his career, but even before he got hurt, and then how he showed up in the World Series, I think they're going to find any way possible to get him back in Toronto.
How much do you think he's going to make per year?
I have him getting 8 for $215, so I need to do a quick calculator.
My dad listening right now is punching the cloud. He's like, Joey, do the mental math.
26-ish is what that comes out to. Probably front-loaded a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he'd be in that range, yeah.
I'm going to go with something that I would think would be really, really fun, but I don't think is realistic to happen. Because they have 2, 3, 4 pretty big contracts coming off the books, 5 in the next year. And then after that, they'd have a lot more free payroll, so they really just have to eat 1 year of tax. But if you think of best infields in baseball, and you have your third baseman locked down for 10 years for $212, you have your first baseman locked down for 4 more years at $22 million a year, and you slide in a Bichette to shortstop, and he's turning double plays with Ozzie Albies up the middle. Don't tell me that Bichette on the Atlanta Braves would be gross.
That was my second place pick, but I just don't know if I see the Braves giving out a deal like that.
But they've had a clear issue at shortstop for the last since Dansby left.
Since Dansby left, yeah.
And if you look at their payroll, Sale is a free agent after this year. That's $18 million gone. Raisel Iglesias, $16 million gone. Joe Jimenez, 9. Aaron Bummer, 9.5. Mauricio Dubon, 6. So they've got a lot of money coming off the books after this year. So maybe you just flip one guy. What can you get for Aaron Bummer, right? 1 year, get him out of here, saves you $9 million, right? Joe Jimenez, what can you get for 1 year? See what you can figure out. I think if he goes to the Braves, I think they become almost an instant contender because that lineup becomes really deep and really good.
How long is LB's contract? Because I don't think Bichette can't be a shortstop for 9. He can't be a shortstop for 9 more years.
So he has this year at 7.
I don't know. Okay.
He has this year at 7 and then a club option next year for 7.
Because I don't know how long. I don't know if it matters to Bo if he wants to be a shortstop or not. But I know any team he can't be. I think 2 or 3 more years as a shortstop. Honestly, he's not that good right now, anyways. So that kind of factors into it too. I think a lot of teams probably think of him as a second base type of player right now.
Right.
Even right now.
If you're the Braves, you can eat 2 years of him at shortstop with Ozzie Albies. You can eat that. And I mean, your Ozzie is getting $7 million a year for 2 years. And then after 2 years, you go get whoever else is a free agent after 2 more years and then put them at shortstop. Even if it's a league average shortstop, you still have Bichette at second, Austin Riley at third, Matt Olson at first. And
I think Bichette's a good enough hitter, especially the first 2-3 years of a contract where you can live with him at short because the production you're going to get out of him at the plate. And it's not he's if you get him to make the routine plays and you can get him to hit really well he has basically his whole career, then I think you're probably willing to live with that. So I think you've kind of talked me into the Braves even. I do like that for them.
Let's go. I'm so smart. God, I'm really good at this thing. Joey, who's next? Let me keep being smart.
Alex Bregman.
I know.
And he's one that my pick has kind of changed because I originally had him to the Phillies, but I just don't see it happening if they bring back Schwarber and Realmuto because that's a lot of payroll to add. So I kind of like him to the Mets because the money means nothing to Steve Cohen, and they could trade pieces that aren't that expensive, but they could trade enough to where they would have a little more flexibility to sign a guy like Bregman. But I don't know. This one is up in the air for me right now, so I'm gonna listen to what you two have to say and see who talks me into what, because I don't really know for where he fits.
Mm-hmm. So I have Bregman to the Tigers. I have Eugenio, so it's going to be kind of, I guess, playing the percentages here. I think they're going to spend on a bat. I just don't know for sure which one. So they're not going to pay both of them. But I like Bregman to the Tigers. I think the Red Sox, I think it would make a lot of sense for the Red Sox to bring him back. But I have him to the Tigers. Like I said, I think they're kind of in an area where they should spend on another bat. If you have Skubal for at least one more year, I mean, you're probably not signing Bregman for 8 years or probably anything like that. But I think he fits well there.
Well, you're both wrong once again. Common theme in this video. I think he's going to go to the Mariners.
Really?
I could see them spending the money. I do. JP Crawford is free agent after this year, so that's $12 million that they're able to get rid of. And then the other deal that I could see them trading away to free up some room is Randy Arozarena. Because then you could slide Victor Robles to left, Dominic Canzoni, whatever, slides into right, and then you just kind of mix and match at DH with whoever else you can find. Like, if you put Bregman there, I had Eugenio on my mind. Like, that's a really good lineup. And the payroll's only estimated 151. And so if you flip a Randy, who's estimated to make 18, like that frees up a lot of room for you. And you can give him that contract.
I feel like the Mariners are always kind of like they got their Naylor signing out of the way already, and they're going to convince their fans that that's good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is, though, after this year. Like, they were there. They could have done it, and they just fell flat. Like, they have the pitching. It's always been the pitching. Like, they need to hit, right? So, like, you need a bat, like a star that's not Cal Raleigh to carry your lineup.
You know, I think, like, they brought Naylor back. I like that. Julio struggled a little bit with the bat at times, but I like him in their lineup. But, yeah, I could see them using one more in the middle of that lineup. It'll be interesting to see if they, like, I guess they're kind of in on Eugenio again to bring him back again. But I don't know. He kind of struggled after the trade, and then he had the big homer in the playoffs, but in the second half, he wasn't that great for him. But I could see them spending. I know like I said, they just got Naylor, but I could see him spending for another bat.
They're going to get one or the other. I mean, Naylor's deal, it's backloaded, so he's only making $11 million this year. And then it's 17, 19. Like, it just gets up by $2 million every year. So, like, I could see them going really front-loaded on a Bregman deal, maybe with, like, a similar, like, 2-year, like, opt-out after 2 years kind of deal. See what he can get, especially with the lockout. But, I mean, the Mariners.
Do you think Bregman's going to try to get 5 or 6 years? Like, that's what, like,
Yeah.
he's going to hold up. That's what he's going to hold out for.
Yeah, for sure.
He tried to do that last year, and then he kind of did the prove it deal again. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think Tigers make sense, but with Bo, for me, going there, it doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
But Mariners, I just don't see them. It's not a good place to hit either. Free agents have been known to avoid there. But
sorry for me trying to have fun.
You're right. Mariners it is. Actually, let's go Marlins or something like that. I don't even know.
Yeah, Athletics.
Yeah, they got to spend some money, sure.
The White Sox.
The Pirates.
Last guy, Kyle Tucker. And this is another one that I think it's between two teams, and it's Yankees, Dodgers. Now that Trent signed back, it's tough to talk myself into putting him on the Yankees, which is where I originally had him. So I think I have to go Dodgers. I think it just makes sense.
That's what I have too. I think he's a Dodger. I don't want it to happen. I would like to see him go somewhere else, but he's probably getting he'll get the biggest contract out of anybody this offseason money. Yeah. So I mean the Dodgers will be on everybody. I guess we haven't really even said the Dodgers that much today in our predictions, but yeah, I think he's a Dodger. I wouldn't love it, but it actually fits their needs too. Like they could use an outfielder. If you look at their lineup, their infield's kind of set. They kind of have their guys there, but
If you're a reliever, congratulations, you are a Cub or a Dodger. And if you are Kyle Tucker, congratulations, you are getting $400 million to go be the new right fielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep.
Congratulations on being rich, Kyle Tucker. That's awesome. And what else do you really need to say? I mean, like they're gonna be the ones spending the money, and like it just fits. Like I don't want it to happen. Baseball doesn't want it to happen, but it's gonna happen. Sad. Psych, Pittsburgh Pirates.
Did
you hear they allegedly offered Naylor like $80 million or whatever it was? Like I don't know if I believe it, but
apparently they're in on Schwarber too or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm sure they have that same grievance that the Athletics had, where they were forced to spend money on Severino.
Yeah. I have them getting the second best left-handed hitting outfielder available, and that's Max Kepler.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Max Kepler, I love you, but have fun in Pittsburgh for half a year.
Enjoy the Allegheny, buddy. What are our Twins fun ones to wrap us up here? And then
we can go a little rapid fire on these.
Yeah.
So Kepler, Pirates for me.
God, I don't even know. I mean, somebody like him could be anywhere.
Yeah.
I like the Pirates for him. But
for the sake
I'm fact checking to see if this is right, but can you guess the Pirates' longest free agent contract or free?
I know this. So
I do know the answer to this as well.
Ivan Nova, legend. In what, like 2012?
It was like 16-ish, I think.
Forever ago.
Yeah.
We were babies. Just for the sake of fun,
they gave Liriano 3 for $39.
Yep.
Ooh.
So that's actually I think that's larger than Nova's actually. Yeah, it is.
I think Nova's the last multi-year.
The last multi-year, yep. Yeah. But Liriano is the biggest one, actually.
For the sake of fun, I'm going to say Kepler to the Rockies.
He's just going to have to go somewhere that he can play every day.
Yeah.
And so
bang the ball around a little bit.
Jorge Polanco, his extension buddy with the Twins, they signed on like the same day or something like that. I have him replacing Bo at second in Toronto.
I think he goes back to the Mariners. I think, like, especially with how this year went, I think he'd go back there.
Yeah.
I like him in both of those places, actually. Part of me wants to say the Rangers just because they traded away Semien, so they need a new second baseman. But I really like him if they don't sign. Well, they got Ernie Clement there now. He's going to be a Mariner. I think they love him there. So I think he's going back to Seattle. For like $8 million a year. Something like that.
He'll get more than that. That's Jorge Polanco you're talking about. Put some respect on him.
That's right. He's going to get 10 for $700.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Willi Castro. I have Marlins for a year. They could use a util guy, veteran guy. There we go.
I'll go. I think I went Arraez to the Nationals, but I'll go Castro to the Nationals. They need somebody in that utility guy like that. I mean every single team would be in on a Willi Castro just because they need somebody like that. Unfortunately, he was not very good for the Cubs after the trade, which was unfortunate.
And that's going to keep him on the cheap side. So he could go to any contender for cheap too. But if he wants to play every day, it's got to be something like Marlins, Pirates, Rockies, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to click around, see like where he fits and like slots into some of these teams, and it's just like I don't know who's looking for this type of player, except who is looking for this type of player every year, and that's the Angels.
Yep.
They already have Oswald Peraza, but I mean, like, you can't have too many of these guys who are just going to fit in anywhere. They're not going to compete. Like, he's going to get his ABs. He's going to play every day, sliding around. So, the Angels.
Harrison Bader.
Ooh.
I have him to the Astros.
Ugh, take it back.
The Crawford boxes with his swing.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate it.
I do too, but their outfield also isn't great anymore. So
Yeah.
defensively, so he fits really well there.
Trying to think through teams for him. I think
I
back to the Phillies probably makes
Yeah.
some sense. The Mets could probably be in on him. I think any contender really. Dodgers would probably be in on him. I'll go the Mets.
I think the Phillies, I think like he ingratiated himself earlier. He fits the Philly like greasy gross vibe. Like he's just kind of like that type of dude. Like him and Brandon Marsh, like they just seem like they're a weird buddy comedy. Like I don't know what's going on there, but like yeah. Send him back to the Phillies and have some fun. He looks good in a Phillies uniform too. It just makes sense.
All right. So doing a quick random Twin/Cub of the day.
I'm ready.
I got the clues, so how we'll do it, I'll just give clues. Everybody gets 3 strikes. And so everyone you name, if it's wrong, you get a strike. So you got to hold on to your guesses a bit. But
No Googling. No Googling, Ryan.
no Google. Thank you.
Hands up.
Okay. First clue. Cue Jeopardy music. This random player had a 12-year big league career, and 3 of them were with the Twins. He played.
It's a pretty good career.
Yeah.
12 years.
He played for 4 total teams at the big league level. He was a first-round draft pick in 2008, the 10th overall pick by the Houston Astros.
What? Who is this guy?
He was a one-time All-Star in 2013, in which he put up a 4.2 WAR.
Are we allowed to ask clarifying questions?
Yep.
Was he an all-star with the Twins?
No.
Is this Carlos Gomez?
No. Incorrect.
That's a good guess, though. It was way too late of a draft pick, though.
Yeah.
So 2010 probably came up in.
Yeah, it would have came up.
And oh my goodness, who is this?
He hit his last career home run on June 29th, 2022.
For the Twins?
Nope.
Who are you?
He is a one-time World Series champion. If I gave you the year, it would give it away, I think. So I'm not going to give that out yet.
Yeah, because we're clearly doing so well right now.
In his time with the Twins, he wore jersey number 21 and 15.
My mind went to Brian Dozier, but it's not Brian Dozier because he was an all-star with the Twins.
I'll give you a little more of a hint. His first year, he wore number 21. And then the guy known for wearing number 15 in the early 2010s retired, so he took number 15.
This is where my severe lack of uniform numbers is really hurting me.
The number 15 was a really good Twin.
Is this Jason Castro?
It is Jason Castro.
Yes. Shit. He was drafted in 2008?
Yep.
I feel like he should have been like an 04, 05 draft pick.
He did get drafted earlier, but he didn't sign. He was like a 30-something round pick, so I wasn't going to include that. But
yeah, that'd be rough.
Yeah, my last hint was he was a catcher Or no, he was a catcher, and then his Twins contract was 3 for 24 and a half. So,
I was trying to think of Astros and Twins in my head. I don't know why, because Gomez wasn't an Astro until later, so I don't know why that was, because he was drafted by the Astros. Let's see. Yeah.
In my head, I thought the draft pick by the Astros was just like he never like debuted, like he didn't actually play for them.
Oh,
But I just like completely threw that out of my mind.
yeah.
I was going to give the teams he played for also, but so that means Ryan has to give clues next time.
Oh boy.
And Logan's got 1 point to the all-time totals. Thank you, Score North Twin Show. Shout out for giving us this game idea.
I'm mad at myself that I didn't get Jason Castro. God dang it. Especially because he's a catcher and I'm a catcher. I'm so mad at myself. All right. I'm going to be spending the next week or so on Wikipedia deep dives, just memorizing every Twin I can think of. All right. Well, good episode, boys.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. We're probably going to work on putting stuff on like Spotify as well as YouTube, so you can find us a couple different places. Great. Joey, have fun going back to prison.
You got to cool it with that.
See you, fellas.